Hey guys, welcome to my channel Hammond's Hobbies. My name's Glenn, and in today's video, excitedly, we're going to be looking at the brand new announcement from Tops.com regarding Eccellenza 2024. Let's get it. Before we get into today's video, just want to say, as always, thank you to everybody that smashes up the like button on these videos and to all the new subscribers. If you know anyone that wants to get involved in the hobby, hopefully these videos help educate people and give them a heads up on what's going on in the hobby, as well as where to put their money depending on what they want to collect. So if you know anyone that wants to get involved and be guided in the right way, share this video with them or tell them to click subscribe. You can also take part in my shows live over on Whatnot most days of the week, where we do box breaks, single sales, slab sales of F1 cards. So if you want to get involved in some of those shows, there is a link in the description down below. If you use it, you'll get £10 of free credit when you sign up to the platform. If you don't want to do that and you just want to shop for cards 24/7 in your own leisure, you can do over at hammondshobbies.com. I've listed over 50,000 F1 single cards, and I'm always looking to update the website with more sets as they get released, so make sure you keep an eye out for Hammond's Hobbies if you're trying to complete your own sets at home. I also have pre-orders up for the brand new Chrome 2024, which are all over at Hammond's Hobbies. There is news regarding the release date, or the delay of the release date, which I'll discuss in a separate video, so make sure you tick the bell notification so you get notified when that new video goes up. Right, let's have a little look or preview then of this brand new announcement from the Tops.com guys regarding the brand new Eccellenza 2024. So I was told about Eccellenza 2024. I was asking lots of questions, as I always do when I'm around Tops officials. And I asked them about Eccellenza 24, and they sort of confirmed with me, yes, it will be coming out by the end of this year. Now, this was back in, I believe, May time, June time. So I've known about this for about 6 months, but I haven't really discussed it or mentioned it to anyone, because Tops are always known for, even if they announce a release date, that they're, especially with products that have relics or autographs, because it only takes one athlete to go, oh, I can't sign it that week, and the whole set gets delayed. So it's not something, I don't want to, hype people up for something that might not even come out this year. But it looks like they've stuck true to their word, so well done, Tops. And it looks like this is coming out for December 2024. They haven't actually announced an exact release date, and they haven't announced any pricing on these yet. So anything regarding dates or pricing is pure speculation at the minute, and is likely to change before the release date. So we're just going to discuss what is actually announced today. And we have here, obviously, firstly, this image here of some brand new F1 cards. We're going to zoom in on that because I'm a geek, and we're going to zoom in on it and have a little look at what's hidden behind there. But if we go down this article, it tells you about some of the new products that Tops UK are releasing on their website this year. And obviously they've included darts, but I'm not really into darts. I don't know anything about darts. Here we're looking at, obviously, the brand new Eccellenza jumbo relic patch of Lewis Hamilton 1 of 1 baby. This is going to be one of the biggest chases in the set, as it was last year. But last year, all of the relic patches were the same size. It didn't matter whether you got a 1 of 1 or an out of 5 or even just a base relic patch. They were all the same size, all the same shape. The only difference was whether you got a napkin piece or a piece with an actual logo on it. So obviously the logo ones typically went for more money. But I have to say, apart from this product and Dynasty, this is probably going to be one of your last chances to get Lewis Hamilton with a decent Mercedes patch, because as we all know, he's going to Ferrari. Now, his Ferrari patches, I think, are going to be a big chase, but I believe once Lewis Hamilton retires, which I think it will probably be a year or two after he starts at Ferrari, he's always going to be synonymous with being at Mercedes. He grew up with Mercedes. To me, I always think of him as driving for McLaren, but even when it was McLaren/Mercedes. So I think that these Mercedes patches are always going to have their place in the history books. So I think that this particular jumbo style patch are going to be some of the biggest chases in the set. So let's have a little look at some of the images. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of these images, what your opinions are on them. But we have here the Eccellenza sort of announcement image that they've done, and we're going to have a closer look at some of these images. We've got the base portrait of Lando Norris here with the it's just their base Eccellenza card. We also have another jumbo patch here, so they've gone for like this Tetris shape with all the jumbo patches. Some of you may call it a number 1, some of you may say it's an upside down L, but to me it looks like a Tetris piece. But this is a 1 out of 49, so we know there's going to be out of 49 parallels. On the right hand side here we have sort of like a landscape based image here of an Aston Martin car, so I imagine they're going to have like a powertrain set, like subset in there. We haven't seen that since obviously F1 Lights Out really. As we go down, we'll see here that there's a Lewis Hamilton 1 of 1 card with a relic patch. Now, I don't know, but I'm going to guess and say that they're going to have 2 styles of relics. You're going to have the normal circle relics, which they do for loads of different products. This is a 1 of 1 Lewis Hamilton relic. Obviously, it's in a black and white image, but I would imagine this is going to be completely gold. This is how all of the base relics are going to be. The jumbo patches are going to be their own unique chase in the set. So you're going to have base relics, and I think you're going to have jumbo relics. And I think the jumbo relics are going to be really rare and probably limited to like 1 of 1s and 1 out of 5s. Maybe. We'll see once the full checklist is announced. For the first time for Eccellenza, they are releasing, by the looks of things, dual autographs of team drivers. So we've got Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz, 2 autographs on 1 card. Again, these are going to be huge chases. Now, for you guys that don't know, a lot of people moan about, oh, they're putting the price up. But there's always a balancing act, because if they release it cheaply, say like Turbo Attacks, people say, oh, that's the cheap product. I don't want to chase that. It's the cheap product. It's not on-card autos. It's not race-worn relics. That's what you hear a lot of people in the hobby say. But when Topps include race-worn relics and autographs, they have to pay them athletes to sign that card, which then they have to price into the product for the release date. So Eccellenza's last year didn't really have any autographs apart from some of the legends like Nigel Mansell. Now, as you can imagine, some of those legends are probably, they charge a cheaper rate to sign a load of bits rather than say Lewis and Max in their prime. So you can see why they added those in, and maybe not obviously the drivers. But this year you've got drivers and you've got the patches. So I'm going to speculate and say that these are going to be more expensive than the sort of £120 to £150 mark that we saw last year on Eccellenza. But for people that are moaning or complaining about price increases, you have to sort of say to yourself, well, do I want autographs in there and do I want race-worn relics? If the answer's yes, unfortunately, the product has to be at a higher price because it costs Topps more money to accumulate those bits of memorabilia. If you don't want them to include that, then maybe you should look at putting all your money and dedicating it into a cheaper product, i.e. Chrome. You got blaster boxes, qualifying lap, Turbo Attacks, and this isn't me to be sort of, you know, like almost looking down or putting people down, because I personally love collecting Turbo Attacks, which is the cheapest product in the whole range. So this isn't me I'm just trying to help you point your money in the right direction. Just because there is a new set being released doesn't mean you have to FOMO into it. You don't have to think, oh my god, I have to buy these boxes at $400. You can just really put that money into and really make a really nice set of another collection. So but that's entirely up to you. Obviously, as collectors, we want one of everything, so I understand that notion, and I'm victim to that as well. So as we go down, we'll see here, not only have we got the current drivers, but we also have a Michael Schumacher jumbo patch relic. I'm going to, again, take a guess and say that there's not going to be any Ferrari or Mercedes logos on these patches because Topps are not allowed to actually promote some of the brands from yesteryears, because you have things like tobacco brands, which in certain countries can't be advertised at all. It's illegal. Also, you have alcohol brands, which again are becoming more illegal to advertise to the public as years go on. And also you have obviously brands that may have gone bust or F1 don't want to be associated with now. So that is why you see a lot of these legends where their logos are blanked out. Now, people usually complain and say, oh, I don't like it because they haven't got all their logos on it. But the choices are either this blanked out or none at all. So again, I'll leave that up to you to decide what you would prefer. And then we have a Max Verstappen image here. I have no idea what style card this is. It looks like the images from Relics from last year. It has this circle mosaic piece in the background. That was the pattern that they had on Eccellenza Relics from last year with a driver printed on the front. But I don't know because we can't see the rest of the card. So we're just speculating at this point. All of the cards look like they've gone for this mosaic, like tiled piece effect. And obviously I would imagine we're going to have blues, reds, obviously gold for one of ones. But again, I'm just speculating until we actually see the cards. But if we have a look at that Lewis Hamilton one of one, that confirms that obviously the one of ones are still going to be gold. We have this glitter gold effect around the jumbo patch, which looks awesome. We also have the Mercedes 44 or Lewis Hamilton, sorry, I should say 44 numbering and his name, which that is a awesome bit of relic to own. Can't wait to see that. Now, I would say that if you've ever looked at taking part, or if you've ever looked at other people that collect Dynasty and you've always thought, God, I wish I could get involved in that product, I'd love to hit patches like that. I always said that last year Eccellenza was a poor man's Dynasty, and I said that sort of as a joke, but as we're now moving on to the Eccellenza 2024 set, it does seem that way. These are going to be boxes that, yeah, they might be £300 to £400, but that's still way better than £1,000 a box for a chance to hit a on-card auto and jumbo patch of some of your favourite drivers. And a lot of them you hit team bosses. So I don't know if they're going to have team bosses in this set. I hope not. But Eccellenza was the better option to go for, in my opinion. So I'm really excited for this set. I can't wait. Now, there isn't an exact release date. They've just put December 2024. If we look down the bottom of this article, it says Eccellenza scheduled for launch in December. As always, they're always up for potential delays. So it could even be beginning of January, but we'll see what happens. Now, in terms of how this product is distributed with big releases, and when I say big release, I mean huge print runs like Turbo Attacks, Chrome, Sapphire. These are distributed all around the world, usually to distributors, and I am one of those. I actually work with Topps and get my supply from Topps direct as an F1 Topps distributor. Now, with products like this, which is a smaller print run, Topps normally sort of have control of it themselves, and they actually release it on the Topps.com website. So that I believe that this is going to be a Topps.com exclusive. Last year, this product was made and printed in Italy, which is the best printing factory Topps have. Every product that usually comes out of Italy is normally it's normally Mexico and India and other ones that normally have issues with quality control, in my opinion. Don't shoot me down. And this one's coming from Italy, and I think it's going to be a European exclusive product. To be said, though, obviously it will be available in America at some point. Somebody somewhere is going to distribute it in America, so this will be widely available. But I believe the print run is going to be a lot smaller than Chrome. So we may even see these boxes go up massively in value from where they're starting off now because of those dual autographs as well as those jumbo patches. So I'm just giving you a heads up. The only product since I've been doing F1 cards that I've openly on the record said I believe this set is going to go up in value was Eccellenza 23, Sapphire 2023, and also Disney Chrome 100. They're the only products that I've gone on camera and said I believe this set will go up in value. And all three of those have at least tripled in price. The next ones that I personally believe that are going to go up in value is the logo fractor set, which I'm going to do a separate video on that, and also these Eccellenzas. Now, they probably won't go up in value at first because there's going to be such an influx of it being released on the market and everybody doing box breaks, everyone doing pack openings. But as the supply starts to dry up, as we've seen with Eccellenza 23, they're now at sort of £500 a box, whereas when they came out, I was picking them up for about 120 a box. So that's almost a 3 to 4x on the price of those boxes, and I believe that these will probably do the same. So make sure you get in there nice and early if you want to get it on the tops.com website. I'll be keeping an eye out for them. Because they're not supplying me directly, I'm not going to be putting these up for pre-order until I physically have them in my hand. But obviously at that point, we'll then be going live over and whatnot and doing box breaks and pack openings and personals and single sales. So make sure you download the link for whatnot in the description down below. Join me for that, hopefully in the next month or so, because we have got a huge couple of months ahead of us. We've got Chrome 2024 coming out in the next few weeks. We've got Eccellenza 2024. We've potentially got that F1 Finest set that they announced at that Silverstone Museum potentially coming out by the end of this year. We've also potentially got Sapphire being released in the next few weeks and Dynasty as well. That's about 5 or 6 new releases in the next month or so. Get them wallets out, boys. That's it from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that content. If you have, smash up the like button. Click subscribe if you want to see more videos like this from me. And make sure you join me on my Instagram page, where I typically release news as soon as I hear about it. My Instagram handle is Hammond's Hobbies. And obviously you can join the Facebook group, which is called F1 Sports Cards. That's it from me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.